Okay, folks, before we start, I wanted to check SteamDB for a minute. Looks like now it's down to 186 by this time. I'm not certain if it's a flop yet. Usually, if this one's a flop, then it probably would be dismantled within 2 weeks. So we'll have to wait until it's 2 weeks. Yet we have to debunk Reforge because... Now normally I would agree with people when something flops or anything based on the player count number that I showed you, but sadly it's Reforge, okay? Some people, Gara, Joe from Seattle, they don't believe him. I watched Gara and Joe from Seattle and even Oh No, It's Alex. Let's see what he had to say first.
So it seems like one of the first bigger titles for the PlayStation China Hero project is a bit of a bust. Lost Soul Aside is not scoring well on either platform, PC or PlayStation. Now, my initial impressions of the demo did not change. I played this game on launch, really hoping that the day one patch would improve things, but it really did.
Well, there is a day 2 patch. It improves a bit. I got about 80 FPS. I'm not certain about the open world yet. I haven't tested it yet. In my area that I'm still playing, I'm at the chapter 2. Yes, I know there are chapter 1, chapter 2, you know, whole sort. But I count it 1, 2, 3, okay? So meaning if there's another chapter, meaning that if there's the first chapter with a different location, I count it as chapter 2. Sorry, besides the point. Now, so far, I haven't encountered any issues, but there were times where it lagged a bit, but then it continues forward. And I don't know how to explain this, but I would live stream it, but sadly, just before I got this, OBS crashed for no reason when I record the gameplay footage. So I'm not taking any chances, folks. Now, so far, I'm still ahead, still 6 hours in. How am I supposed to say this? It is a bit difficult, but let's continue.
Impressions are very basic. I think the pacing is very poor. Dialogue's not that great. Writing and performance from the voice actors is not that great. Now, I could overlook all of that in a game like this if it delivers on all of the other stuff. But the combat, I think, to this day, there's differing opinions on this. I saw people all over Twitter saying they thought the combat was great. I think the combat feels terrible. It's loose.
But if it's terrible, if you see the video clip that I will show you after this talking point, you will see how I fight, okay? And trust me, at first I don't know, well, let's just say the first boss I forgot. No, not the first boss. The second one, the second boss, I think, I keep forgetting. I forgot to use the dodge button. I keep forgetting that. I learn, okay? I learn, I dodge, and it went easy. And again, look, even if there is an easy mode, I feel like I'm playing hard mode. Combat looks good, assuming not for everybody, okay?
Super delayed. It does not feel tight. Your blocks, your dodges. Now, I've had people say, oh, it gets better with time. It gets better the more you play. I think, and I've always said this, games that are centered around combat should feel fantastic from the beginning. The movement and the camera also don't feel very good. There's a very looseness to the game. So how's the game faring with the public? Am I off my rocker here? Where it has a 76% on the PlayStation Store. Now listen to me, that's actually a bad score for PlayStation because it's continuing to drop. So that 76 is not very strong. It's continuing to go down. Usually big, huge hits, successful games on PlayStation start out in the mid 80s or 90s, and then they slowly drop and they settle into the 80s or the 90s. There's a lot of really high scoring games on PlayStation, so a 76 is actually pretty bad. It has a 57% on Steam. The performance issues are worse there. Many of my criticisms.
Yeah, well, the performance already been fixed so far. Even though the player count is not helping it either. Yep, it dropped. Regardless, we have to wait at least about 2 weeks. Because remember, usually if it's a flop, and I do mean if it's a flop, it will probably go away within 2 weeks, okay? So far, I haven't heard anybody from the development team over Lost Soul Aside saying they will remove the game from Steam or from PS5 or anything. I haven't heard anything. See, here's the thing. This is one thing that Reforge... Look, as much as I wanted to agree with some of his point, but I'm not. Because his title is the reason why most people, Gara, Joe from Seattle, and Oh No, It's Alex, like to clown on him. But there are some goods.
Though were also echoed in the Steam reviews that I could read. People just did not like the way the game felt. It has a 60% on Metacritic from both review outlets and users. And the number of reviews on PC indicates to me this has been a commercial failure on PC at least. It only has about 800 reviews on PC. And the unfortunate thing is, this is the type of game that everybody's saying was going to save the industry, right? It's an Eastern developer. It's a small team. It was driven by passion, and I wanted it to do great. We had a breakdown from Billy on Twitter. Basically, they put out a video sort of talking about the timeline. Went from 1 person to 3 people to 9 people to 19 people.
Okay, first in, yeah, I think that was a mistake for Yang Bing, but I can't fault him that. Look, I will always support him, although I don't support Sony. Again, one thing you have to understand is that this is a breath of fresh air. Look, Lost Soul aside, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, and what else? Black Myth Wukong. These games, they're not the only one, okay? There's more. Phantom Blade Zero, Tides of Annihilation, Where the Winds Meet. What else? I believe Blood Message. Yes, there's more. Look, after Black Myth Wukong, China has just approved 100 video games, okay? 100 or maybe more. And we only seen half of it. There's more to come, okay? Also, I'd like to quickly congratulate Hollow Knight Silksong on behalf of every gamers. Congratulations. Mission accomplished.
29 to now 35 to 40. And along the way, the game had to be rebooted at certain points where the game just needed to be sort of retooled and restarted. In 2019, the game had to be scrapped and restarted from scratch, scaling it down. Like the open world thing was not working. And the unfortunate thing here is it started out with some very humble beginnings. It was 1 person. He was very passionate. The game development in all these years took a significant toll on him. And the fact that it went through this is really unfortunate. And PlayStation stepping in at a certain point and helping with production costs and helping with publishing costs is great. But now, because of that, it's a clear mark against the China Hero project. It's also a clear, huge indicator that all these huge grand claims that like Eastern developers were going to save us or that AA and indie games were going to save us, I think that's largely been overstated. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers is another game with an unimpressive score on Steam at 69%.
See this? Despite he has a few good takes, but there are some, like this one here, overstated. No, there are Eastern games, AA games, and indie games are going to save the market. I mean, AAA, they're dying. I mean, what AAA games that you know that still is doing good? Because right now, the only thing that gamers need from the AAA is GTA 6. Oh wait, Metal Gear Solid, the remake one. What's its name? I can't even forget. Death Stranding. There's only few and far between. And if they are AAA, the location, it's not from the West, it's from the East.
74% on PlayStation. Those are not strong scores for these types of games. And my review of Wu Chang was it was rough around the edges. It had a terrible, pretty ugly performance mode on console, performance issues, and other people took issue with the game's design and some of the core flaws and problems with the combat as well. Now, Wu Chang felt way better than Lost Soul aside, but it's another Eastern developer small team game that didn't do what everybody said these games were going to do. It seems like it's going to take a bit more than just like a small non-Western dev team.
Like I said, I have a bit mixed feelings about Reforged, but then again, after watching creators such as Gara, Joe from Seattle, Klutz King, and oh no, it's Alex, I feel skeptical. I feel mixed. So far, I played Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, okay? And when I recorded it, except unlike in Lost Soul aside, when I was recording Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, when I was using my face cam, there was lags. Yes, there were lags. Yeah, and performance issues, but when I was not using my face cam, my webcam that you are seeing right here, the game runs smoothly. I even watched it during recording. It was running smoothly. Yes, I died a lot. Thank you. Yes, I suck at Souls game. Yeah, well, he has some good takes. Well, not all of it. But still, I have mixed feelings on Reforge. Mixed feelings on that one. But when it comes to Resident Evil 9, that he say that there was wokeness, look, for the record, that one, I just wanted to point out, Reforge, I haven't heard anybody saying it. I mean, the only problem that I have when it comes to Resident Evil games is de nouveau. There's still more to come, okay? Don't expect that Lost Soul aside, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, Black Myth Wukong is the only one, okay? There's more. That's not the only one. Remember, more than 100 video games was approved by China. That's not the only one. Don't forget, we have South Korea and Japan. And yes, this time of need, what gamers want, not just good game, they want alternative, okay? Because we all know AAA games in the West, they both keep on doing the same old thing, and they always say that, oh, if you don't like it, don't buy it, or if you're a real fan, you'll probably make it happen. Yeah, Randy Pitchford, when he commented on the price increase of Borderlands, I mean, I can list many examples, okay? Look, Hollow Knight Silksong have done a good job. even though most people, well, most developers try to smear the developer, Team Cherry, because Team Cherry priced Hollow Knight Silksong at 20 bucks. Regardless of the price of it, don't forget, here's how it is. A game must be worth every cent and every penny you paid on it. If you launch a broken product, why justify either 70 bucks, 80 bucks, or better yet, 100 bucks? Hollow Knight Silksong did a good job. Same goes for Death Stranding. Well, yes, it priced it lower. What else? Expedition 33. I haven't finished it, but one day I will finish it because my main criticism when it comes to this game is mostly the map. They don't have any maps when you enter certain areas. So I have to ask all my viewers, have you played Hollow Knight Silksong? If so, what was your experience? Was it good? And also, how difficult is it? Because maybe one day I'll try playing it. Well, Lost Soul aside, I say this. I'm still playing, okay? We have to wait at least until 2 weeks, okay? It's not yet 2 weeks since Lost Soul aside was released, okay? Take a look with, what, Concord. Concord didn't take less than 2 weeks and then shuts off. If Lost Soul aside can manage, or in this case, can get past the 2-week mark, then this game has a chance, okay? And Young Bing, I understand you want to do your best, and I won't fault you for that. Although I will blame Sony. I think you should know one thing. According to what I've heard, there were internal conflict within developer and Sony between them. I don't know who started it, but I had to assume Sony. We all know how Sony works. You guys remember the hard art controversy? Leave a like and subscribe if you want woke or anti-woke detected, or you just want to see me play games, or perhaps you like trending topics. Visit my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th channel up here or link in the description.